सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear? All audio is clear?
Yes, audio is clear, Raju.
Okay.
Super.
Okay. We'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parambaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandatami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostu te Vyasa-vishala-buddhe Phullaravindayada-patranetra Yena tvaya bharatatailapurnaha Prajwalido jnanamaya-pradipaha Prapanna-parijataya Totra-vetraika-panaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita-mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir-bhokta Dugdham Gita-mrtam Mahat Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadrathajalagam Dharanilopala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Ghalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaga Keshavaha Paracharya Vajasarojamamalam Gidarthagandotkatam Nanakyanakakesaram Harikadha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Buddha भूयाद् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थितसद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are in the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yogam. We have done up to verse number 12, but we will spend some more time on the 12th verse. We did not get sufficient time in our last session. Yeah, 12th verse. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः त्यागात् शान्तिनिरन्तरम्. So here we discussed, so one thing we have to understand, that three things are necessary that should be practiced at a time, simultaneously. Tattvabodham, Vasanakshayam, Manonasham. Tattvabodham, Manonasham, Vasanakshayam. See, Jnanam is Tattvabodham. Okay? Tattvabodham means Jnanam. And Dhyanam with discrimination. Okay? Dhyanam with discrimination leads to Manonasham. What does that mean? Dhyanam, if it is without Jnanam, Dhyana Abhyasam, any Abhyasam, for example, Dhyana means Abhyasam, you can take it as Abhyasam, all the acharas, all the rituals and things, even going to temples, going to temples and doing pujas, all the rituals, if it is done without Jnanam, it just becomes just a habit only, right? It becomes a habit. But Dhyanam, if it is done with discrimination, with the proper understanding of the Jnanam or proper understanding of the Tattva. What is the Jnanam? Jnanam is Sarvam Brahmamayam is Jnanam. Whatever you see, whatever you smell, taste, everything is Bhagavan's manifestation. Or in other words, behind every vibration, or behind every energy or every energy conversion, okay, or behind every spot, every point that vibrates, Chaitanyam is there. Without this Chaitanyam, nothing can vibrate, okay, or the vibration happens in Chaitanyam, okay, understand that way. So it is, see, suppose you take this body, okay, this body, every cell is vibrating, is it not? Every cell is vibrating, and behind every cell, behind or every cell's vibration, the bodham is there, the Chaitanyam is there, and that Chaitanyam which says I am, aham. So that the source of this aham, I am vibrating, right? The source of that is the Chaitanyam. So without Chaitanyam, there is no vibration, or vibration cannot be felt also. So it is the Chaitanyam with which everything is vibrating. So that Chaitanyam fills everywhere, because the whole universe is vibration only. The whole universe is prana, and always there is a conversion of energy from one form to another at every point in this universe. So behind that, the Chaitanyam gives existence to this vibration. Okay, so this is the jnanam. Then this such a thing which is there all pervading, which is the foundation or the fundamental thing, which is Purnam, which is what I am, which is what you are, which is what all of this, right? So when I understand this way, then I am Purnam, I am complete. I am not this limited thing. Okay, so I am not this body. For example, if I say, see, whenever we say my body, okay, we are saying my body. Also, I am able to objectify this body, is it not? I am able to, which I don't change. Right from the time this body is born, I existed and I always exist. I am able to objectify the change in this body, and I am also saying my body, okay, which is constantly changing, and also the avasthas, the various experiences that this body undergoes. This body means Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram also you can take. The waking experience, the dream experience, also the deep sleep experience, all this, okay, happens in me, the unchanging one. So when this is happening, when I am able to objectify this body and I am able to say my body, okay, how can I be the body? You got the point? How is it possible that I am this body? I cannot be this body because I see this body. I experience this body. Correct? And I see the changes that is happening in this body as well as all bodies. So I don't change. The constant change that is happening, I am able to observe. So I cannot be this body. Okay? Then who am I? I am that Chaitanyam, which we discussed just now. I am the Bodham or consciousness on which everything else is an appearance. But when I identify myself with this body, then it is limited. Everything is limited. I then try to hold on to things. I acquire things with this body and thinking that I am this body, this is my body, and I have other things also. This is mine, mamata. Okay? So, from this I come to a conclusion that I am not this body. Clear understanding. I am not this body. I am that Atma. I am that consciousness. With this Tattva Jnanam, there is no mind. Mind slowly, mano nasham happens. Mind means thoughts only. Thoughts or anxiety. Okay? Anxiety means what is going to happen to the things that I acquired through this body. And what is going to happen to this body. And this body means I. Because my understanding is that I am this body. So I am going to die. Right? Where I identify myself, I am not this body, then I also understand that I don't die, then there is no anxiety. Understand? So all that anxiety comes from the mind which is thinking that I have to acquire things or I don't want to lose the things that I have acquired. So the understanding, the wrong understanding that I am this body leads to the anxiety of I don't want to lose things that I have, and also I have to acquire things because I am identifying with this body. Right? So when I clearly understand that I am the drik, I am able to objectify this body, hence I am not this body. Why I am repeating again and again is to assimilate this, to contemplate. So this leads to manonasham. Okay, this leads to manonasham. That is why the dhyanam with discrimination leads to manonasham. And then what is this sarva karma phalatyagam? Sarva karma phalatyagam means, or the desire to have the fruits of action. Okay, that is dropped. There is no desire, as we discussed, with tattva jnanam, with proper understanding of my true nature, I don't have the desire to acquire things, because I am full and my swarupam is I am full. I am not going to die. Na jayate mriyadeva kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Hanyamane sharire. This body is getting destroyed in that hanyamane sharire na hanyate. Okay? Atma never gets destroyed. And I am that. Okay? When I understand this clearly, then I don't have the desire to have any karma phalam. As we discussed earlier, all karma and karma phalam is to acquire things or not to lose things that I have. That is how we are doing all the karmas generally. Okay? So once I understand this, then there is no ichcha. So this karma phala tyagam, when it happens slowly, that is vasana kshayam. There is no urge to do karma. Okay? Vasana is the urge to do karma. I have to do something. Okay? So when that is slowly, it is lost, then vasana kshayam happens. When these three things happen together, tattva bodham, manonasham, vasana kshayam. Okay? This explained in a way in this verse is abhyasam leads to jnanam. Okay? So what the again shreyohi jnanam abhyasad. Abhyasat shreyaha jnanam. Abhyasam here means without clear understanding, actions or habits. Okay? Without the clarity, without the jnanam, one who is doing rituals, all sorts of abhyasam, all sorts of rituals, okay, pujas or going to temples, going to tirthasnanam, etc., without the clarity that everywhere there is God alone is there, without that, if someone continues, it just becomes a habit. Okay, it is not bad, but it will not do the real thing. Okay, it will not help us realize. Okay, so all this becomes just habits. That is why we will see there are many people who have been chanting various kinds of stotras, Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. during their time, but without having clear knowledge in their old age. Sometimes we have seen that they don't have the urge to think of God, they don't dwell on God, they still suffer a lot because of the problems of this body and other things. Because the attachment towards the money, property and relations and also this body has not gone. Okay? Manonasham and vasanakshayam, etc. has not happened. Only certain habits have been practiced. With that, the manonasham has not happened. Because the tattva jnanam is not there. Because of that, in old age, people really suffer. So this is the reason behind that. Because all of that, all the pujas or going to temples and other things, etc., was done as just a habit. Okay? It's just a habit. It did not have the real knowledge. If someone who understands or who has realized that Sarvam Brahmamayam or Ishtadevata, as we discussed earlier, any Ishtadevata, Krishna or Shiva or Kali or Muruga, etc., once they see the same Ishtadevata in everything and everywhere around, then that is correct. But without that knowledge, one who does all these rituals as just a practice, as a abhyasam, okay, that will not really help. That is why abhyasad shreyohi jnanam. Okay, so vastubodham is a must, is a mandatory requirement. Okay, then he jnanat dhyanam visishyate. Here jnanat should be understand that jnanena. Okay, jnanena, through jnanam, dhyanam becomes strong. Okay, better indeed is the knowledge than mechanical practice, that is abhyasam. By right knowledge means vastu bodham, meditation becomes perfect. Okay, that is why jnanam visishyate, dhyanam visishyate, jnanat dhyanam visishyate. Because of this jnanam, dhyana sadhana becomes naturally easy and perfect. The dhyanam is contemplation, thinking of God. When during sitting alone and doing dhyanam, or in vyavaharam also. In vyavahara means when you are transaction, when you are dealing with people, when we are dealing with the office and other things. Okay, jnanat dhyanam visishyate. Then dhyanam karma phalatyagam. Then karma phalatyagam happens. Dhyanat here also, because of this dhyanam or dhyanena, okay, by constant meditation or contemplation of this knowledge, then all these rituals and nama japam and tirtha yatra, going to temples, everything will assist, everything will help, because all the time we know that there is God alone is there. Inside the temple, outside the temple, in the people or everywhere around, we are clear that it is the Chaitanyam which is throbbing, which is vibrating. We are very clear there. So that sort of dhyanam leads to karma phalatyagam, karma phalechatyagam. It becomes very easy. It becomes easy. Otherwise, it is very difficult. It becomes easy, and the greatest karma phalatyagam or the greatest renunciation is renouncing this ego. Renouncing our ego, that is, I am the doer. Okay, that is the highest renunciation. That happens, there is no more doership, and that alone leads to shanti. Tyagat karma phala tyagaha, tyagat anantaram shantihi. This leads to the shanti. Okay, that peace, quietude of the mind. That shanti is the swarupam. That is our natural swarupam. That is, naturally we are that. Everything else is superimposed. Everything else, all sorts of other things are superimposed on this shanti. Now we will move to the 13th verse. So 12th verse we did a little more explanation. 13th and 14th verse together we will chant. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukhashchami santushtas satatam yogi yatatma dridha nischayah mai arpita mano buddhiryo madbhaktaha same priyaha. One more time. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukhakshami santushtas satatam yogi yadatma dridha nischayah mai arpita mano buddhiryo madbhaktas same priyaha. Sarvabhutanam adveshta. One who does not hate anything or anyone. One who does not hate or hate anyone or anything. Maitraha, one who is friendly with all. Okay, friendly, Maitraha. Karuna evacha, one who is compassionate to all those who are suffering. Nirmamaha, mind, attitude towards nothing, including body. Nirahankaraha, don't have the feeling of ahankara, means I don't do anything. Okay, no ahankaram, I am doing thing is not there. Dropped the doership. Sama dukkha sukha, balanced mind during both the sukham and dukkham. Okay, then kshami, the highest tolerance. Titiksha, that is kshama. Okay, patience, you can take that way. Satatam santushtaha, always happy. See here, happy does not mean pleasure. Happy means the shanti, quietude of the mind. Shanti, that is santushtaha. That itself is ashantasya kuta sukham. Remember that. Yatatma yogi, with a very controlled mind and focused mind on Atma alone. Okay, that is always enjoying Atmanubhavam, yogi. Dridha nischayaha, firm conviction. Okay, not deviating from the goal of Bhagavat Prapti. The goal is only Bhagavat Prapti. Mai arpita mano buddhihi. Already we discussed earlier. Okay, mind and buddhi, 8th verse. Mad bhaktaha, sorry, Mai arpita mano buddhihi, mind and buddhi. The mind and the intellect, both totally surrendered to me. Mai arpitam, totally surrendered to me. Mad bhaktaha, he is devoted to me. Okay, he is everything, he depends on me only. He devoted everything to me, depends on me, but not on material things, not for material things. Okay, not for material things. Mad bhaktaha, wants me only. Yaha, whoever is like that, saha me priyaha, he is very dear to me. This is what Bhagavan said. Who is dear to me? Who is a priya bhaktaha? Bhagavan says, Saha me priyaha. Who? See, this Sthita Prajna, Priya Bhakta, Gunatitan, Jivan Mukta, Adivarnashrami, Yoga Rudaha. These words are all points to the same Jivan Mukta. Okay, they are all enlightened, self-realized people, all various names only. All the terms we have heard earlier, Sthita Prajnan we have heard, he is a Priya Bhaktaha, Gunatitaha, there is one whole chapter is going to come. Jivan Mukta, Adivarnashrami, they are all self-realized, right? So, such a Jivan Mukta, he does not hate anyone. Adveshta. No hatred towards anything here. Why should we hate anyone? Only when something is stopped by them, something acquiring, if they stop, then only. When the desires are, when we do some karma to acquire some desire, if someone stops, then we start hating those people, right? See, before we hate, the moment when one hates someone, the hatred burns themselves only. Is it not? Hatred is not our natural state. That is the reason why we don't want to hate anyone. Why do we say that, no, I don't want to go and see that place, or I don't want to go and see that person? Why do we say? Because we don't want to hate anyone. The emotion of hatred is not our natural state. That is why we don't want to stay there. We don't want to stay there. We want to be maitri with everyone. We want to be friends with everyone, because that is what it helps us to stay in Shanti. Right? Whenever there is a hatred or dvesham, aversion, dislike towards someone or something, we don't want to stay like that, because that is not our natural state. So this Jivan Mukta, he is adveshti. He doesn't hate anyone, right? Because it burns ourselves first. The other person even doesn't know, but it burns ourselves. Does that mean that this person is very lazy and then not at all interacting with people? Because this people doesn't interact with people at all? No, he talks with everyone. Such an enlightened person, he talks whoever is coming in front of them, or whoever they are dealing with. Okay, with anyone whom with he deals, this person deals, he talks with them, but no dvesha is not there. Then what is that? With what attitude? Friendship. Okay, but with friendship, compassion and love. Maitra karuna evacha. Maitri, the friendship is there with everyone. Whoever is coming in front of them, there is no hatred, but with the compassion and love, they interact. Okay, so while being compassionate with everyone, is it because of any mamata bandham? Is it because of any attachment towards them? Attachment means, oh, this person is mine, this is my son, this is my wife, this is my husband, or this is my relative. Is that the only reason? Is that the reason for them to talk? Is it because of that mamata bandham? It is not because of mamata, absolutely not. Okay, why? Because for Jivan Mukta, everything and everyone is God alone. Everyone is God's manifestations. Bhagavan himself is there standing in front of them in various forms. In whichever form you see with the Jivan Mukta comes across, they are all Bhagavan's form only. Right? Earlier also I explained an incident where Ramana Maharshi was, because of too much crowd and all, they wanted to put Ramana Maharshi's chair, the coach behind, so that they don't come this thing. So they put a railing. They tried to put a railing so that they can't reach in Thiruvannamalai. So Maharshi had gone for a walk. So when he came back, he saw that they have put a railing. So he told the assistant or the devotee to put that his chair outside the railing. So okay, you have somehow constructed the railing, okay, so that I don't interact. I mean, I don't come in close touch with them. That is fine, but you can't stop me from putting the chair outside railing, because all of them, whoever is coming to meet them, they are not coming to meet me. They are Arunachaleshwara themselves. Arunachaleshwara himself is coming in their forms. It is I am getting their darshanam. It is not that they are coming to see my darshanam, but I am seeing, I want to have their darshanam as Arunachaleshwara. That is the reason why I have to be there in close with them. So it is for me. I am seeing them. I am taking their darshanam, because a jnani sees everyone as God only, Bhagavan only. So there is no question of this mamata. Mine attitude is not there at all. Okay, so that is why sarva bhutanam adveshta maitraha karuna evacha, with lot of compassion. Then nirmamaha, there is nothing mine, not with the attitude that it is only because of me, it is because of mine I am interacting with them with love and compassion. Not because of that, because every manifestation is Bhagavan alone. Okay, so maitra karuna evacha, nirmamaha. Okay, And then, is it because if there isn't a feeling, it is because of that feeling that I have helped him? Is it because that I helped that person? Is there any feeling that I helped or I did something good to that person? Is there any ahankaram in that? Absolutely no. Nirahankaraha. There is absolutely no ahankara at all. Because Mahabhakta, okay, Mahabhaktan, the great devotee cannot have such a feeling, because he became a Mahabhakta only after dropping ahankara, right? Only dropping this I-ness, this Jiva Bhavam is already dropped. The small I, that I don't exist, only you alone exist. This is the attitude of a Jnani, Jivan Mukta. I don't exist. It is not that there is nothing me or mine. This ahankara is completely dropped. That is how he became Mahabhakta. Otherwise, he is not a Mahabhakta. Only Bhagavan alone is there. Atma alone exists here. All this other, whatever we see, this body, etc., is just an appearance. They don't have any reality in it. So, in that comes this ahankara. Okay? In that jadam, jadavastu, which is constantly changing. As we discussed, every vibration, today morning we said, no? Behind every vibration, every point in this universe vibrates, and behind every vibration the Chaitanyam is there. It is the reflection of this Chaitanyam, the reflection of this consciousness which says I. Every point, behind every vibration or every prana chalanam, there is this consciousness is there. Because of this presence of this consciousness, this says I. Okay, so the reflected consciousness is only a reflection. It has got no reality. The reality is only with consciousness, and that is what we are all. So a Jivan Mukta understands this, and then there is no ahankara at all, because whatever is happening is just happening. Whatever is happening is just a happening only. It has got absolutely nothing to do with me. It is just like a movie, it is going on. It just passes one phase to another, that's all. The energy from one form, it becomes another. There is no kartrutvam in it. The doership is completely dropped. And he sees everything around him as that Atma alone, as well as he knows there is Atma alone exists. And that is what everything else is. Such a person cannot have any ahankara. Sarva bhutanam adveshta maitraha karuna evacha nirmamaha nirahankaraha. There is no ahankaram. Ahankaram is impossible. There is nothing that is mine, and there is nothing I am doing. Okay, there is no sense of ego at all. No kartrutva buddhi at all. Completely gone. And when there is no kartrutvam, there cannot be any sukham or dukkham. Only one who takes doership of an action will either enjoy pleasure or enjoy pain. Sukham and dukkham is directly connected with kartrutvam only. Without kartrutvam, there cannot be sukham and dukkham. So, such a person will be happy at all times. All times means even when the body dies, even when the death arrives, such a person will be always happy. He will welcome the death with both hands. He will welcome the death because he is always happy, because he knows I don't die. Right? The prarabdha is over, this body is falling, that's it. Nothing. I don't die. That is the way a jnani is. So, sukham, dukkham will not affect him. He is always happy here means he is always calm. He is in always shanti. And the shanti is the sukham. Okay? The shanti is the sukham. And that sukham, other the shanti, is the swarupam of Atma. Okay? So this happiness, okay, this anandam, let us put it as anandam, will be there when such a person meditates alone, or such a person is walking around with people, or working in the family or in the office, or traveling, or maybe a king, or maybe a beggar, or maybe a tailor, or maybe a cobbler, or a homemaker, or a teacher, or let it be anyone. Okay, that person can be a human being, can be an animal, or a deva, or a plant, anything. Such a jiva is free. Okay, such a jiva is completely free. He is his atma in all names and forms. So the experiences of all names and forms, which they can see through them, they can see through the names and forms, Atma alone. Okay. Then nirmamo nirahankaraha, then what happens? Samadukha sukham kshami. He has got the highest titiksha. Titiksha is there. Highest form of titiksha he will have. And he surrenders. He surrenders. Totally, he is such a person always surrenders to God for everything. Surrenders to God means only Bhagavan alone is there. That will be the attitude. Okay? There will be nothing that is I am doing, and he will not look forward to any material things. There is no desires for material things also. This is the Dridha Nishchayaha. His conviction is a very firm conviction, not deviating from the goal of Bhagavat Prapti. And also Yadatma Yogi, Satadam Santushtaha, always, this we discussed already, always happy in all situations, including death. Then Yadatma Yogi, with a controlled mind and focused his mind on Atma alone, and Atmanubhavam, Atmanandam, is enjoying Atmanandam. Mai Arpita Manobuddhi, his mind and intellect is always surrendered to me alone. Always thinking and dwelling on Atma alone. Mad Bhaktaha, such a devotee, Sa Me Priyaha, he is the dear to me. He is very dear to me. Yaha Saha Me Priyaha. In 18th chapter also Bhagavan explains, no? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will take care of their yoga and their kshemam. And so also there are so many examples given, right? In Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of Sudama, generally called as Kuchela. So he was a friend and a devotee. He was a friend and a devotee, and he was when he came to meet Lord Krishna, Bhagavan went and hugged him, and then took him inside, made him sit in his in his throne only. There he made him sit, washed his legs, washed his pada archana, everything he did, and then he sprinkled the water on his head, and also Rukmini, etc. Right? So this is he was such a close friend. So here Kuchela, many people say that Kuchela was poor and he came to ask for something. No, Sudama did not come. He was a Brahmana. Brahmana means he was a Brahmajnani. Always Brahmanistha he was. So Kuchela came to meet his friend without having any such desires. Never had any complex. He did not have any sort of complex. And also, Bhagavan also did not have any such thing. So that is the reason why he hugged him and then put him. Because a yogi cannot have such complexes. Right? And There is one more story which is very famous, told by Swami Vivekananda. See, uh, there is a there was a Baba called Pavahari Baba. Okay, once Pavahari Baba, when he was meditating, a thief entered. A thief entered his small ashram, and then he started taking things from there, and then Pavahari Baba just opened his eyes, and the thief ran away. The thief ran away. So this Pavahari Baba took some food in his hand and also ran after him, and caught hold of him, made him sit, and gave him food. He made him food, etc. Gave him food, made him eat food, and then he called him back to his ashram, and whatever things he collected, he put it in the bag and then tied, and then he told him, "You must take this. You must take this." So once Swami Vivekananda met a sadhu in Himalayas, and this sadhu, they were conversing, they were talking, and then Swami Vivekananda, this sadhu asked him, "Have you heard of Pavahari Baba?" Then Vivekananda said, "Yeah, I have heard many stories. One of the stories is like this, that once a thief entered and etc. and all that." And that sadhu laughed and then said, "I am that thief." The sadhu said, "I am that thief because he made me sadhu." This is what happened with him. So a jnani cannot have any hatred towards anyone. I mean, in the opposite, he just made the thief a sadhu. Also, another story which I want to quote is that Sringeri Swamigal was there. Narasimha Bharati Swamigal. Okay, that time one of his devotee wanted to take his friend. One of the devotee of this Swami wanted to take his friend to meet him, to have darshan of him, not meet him, in darshan of him. But his friend was an agnostic person. He said that no, I don't want to come. There is too much crowd and a lot of noise and etc. I don't want to come. But this friend insisted, no, you must come. Just have darshan and come. You don't have to do anything. Then somehow he dragged him, and then on the way inside the ashram, he saw a lot of crowd and making noise and all that is, this was going on. Somehow the moment this friend saw Swamiji, among all the crowd, okay, among all this noise and this thing, the Swami was calm. The Swami was unaffected by anything. The Narasimha Bharati Swami, the Swamigal was so calm. By seeing this, he just fell at his feet only. And he became a devotee of Sringeri Swamigal. So, all the crowd and other things will not make any disturbance to a jnani. And also, by seeing such a jnani, even a disturbed person will become, his mind will become calm. So we'll move to there are many stories I have written down. We will discuss other classes. 15th verse. So the 13th and 14th, the beautiful verse, we will read one more time. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sughakshami santushtas satatam yogi yatatma dridha nischayah mai arpita mano buddhihi yo madbhaktas same priyaha mano buddhir yo madbhaktas same priyaha. He is dear to me, Bhagavan says. Bhagavan continues, yasmanno dvijate lokaha lokanno dvijate chayah yasmanno dvijate lokaha lokanno dvijate chayah harsha marsha bhayodvegaihi udvegaihi हर्षामर्ष भयोद्वेगैः मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः. Yasmat, he by whom, lokaha, lokaha means all these jivas, okay, all the jivas, humans, animals, plants, air, water, panchabhutas, the moon, sun and the planets, etc., all of that, lokaha, na udvijate, na udvijate, means cannot get disturbed or agitated. Yasmat, by whom, he by whom the lokaha na udvijate, all of this does not get agitated, does not get anxious, okay. Yaha lokat na udvijate, also this person who does not get agitated from the world also. So what does that mean? He by whom the world is not agitated and whom the world cannot agitate. Means a person who does not do any harm to anyone here, anyone of this world. Let it be humans or animals or plants or the environment, who does not do any harm to others, and also the environment cannot do any harm to this person. Both. The loka cannot make him agitated, disturbed. They can't disturb him, and he does not do any harm to the lokaha. Okay? Yasmat लोकः न उद्विजते, यः लोकात् न उद्विजते, यः हर्ष अमर्ष भय उद्वेगः मुक्तः. Harsham, pleasure, okay, that is excitement. Amarsham, irritation or hatred, etc., grudge. Fear, bhayam, fear. Anxiety, udvegaha means anxiety. Yaha harsha amarsha bhaya udvegaha muktaha. He is free from all this. Whoever is free from excitement, amarsham, hatred, bhayam, fear, fearless. This person will be fearless. Udvegaihi means not anxious. What is going to happen? What will happen? Like that. No anxiety on anything. What will happen to this body? What is going to happen to my son? All of that. There is no anxiety whatsoever. Udvegahi muktaha is free. Saha cha sache bhakta me priyaha. He is dear to me. So, these are the qualities of a sthita prajna or bhakta. Here, bhakti yogam we are saying bhakta. Such a devotee is dear to me, who does not get agitated by the world and also who does not cause any fear or anxiety to the people. Because already we discussed earlier, he is adveshta. He does not hate. He or she doesn't hate anyone here. And Maitra, his quality is love only. Okay? He loves everyone and everything. He can be easily approachable. You can talk to him anything. Such a person will not cause any disturbance to him. He will not shout or he will not make him uncomfortable, and in that person's presence everyone will find shanti, peace of mind they will get. Okay, and others cannot disturb him. Why? Because the lokaha cannot disturb him. Why? Because he is free from all that. He is not anxious about anything here, Because he is not trying to acquire things. He doesn't have any personal agenda. No any vested interest in the transaction. Nothing, including this body. He is not holding on to anything in this world. No material things he is holding on to, and he is not trying to acquire anything. No name and fame, no money, nothing, or not even his own body. He is not trying to hold on to his body, because he knows very well that all these are unreal. They come and go. Whereas I am Purnaha, I am Purnam, I am complete, I am content, Triptoham, right? Totally I am content. I have no desire at all whatsoever. Then such a person, why how the world can agitate him, how the world can disturb him? Impossible. Impossible for a Jivan Mukta to get disturbed. Okay, there are some people think that it is possible for a jnani to have disturbance in the mind, and he knows that it is only the mind, right? So the mind, so the disturbance is coming to the mind, and I am not this mind. No, that cannot work here, because there is no mind for a jnani. The mind, when we call a mind, is only we call a mind when the mind is attached to something, material thing. When the mind is attached to a material thing, name and fame also is a material only. When that mind is attached to a relation or mind or money, we call that a mind. When the mind is attached to only to Bhagavan, it is no more mind. When the mind is only looking towards Atma or dwelling in Atma, is no more a mind. Such a mind cannot get disturbed. So the argument that a jnani can get disturbed, no, cannot. Because this verse clearly says, Yasman no dvijate logaha, loga no dvijate chayaha. The world cannot agitate a jnani. So, if we find that at any point of time we are disturbed by anything, let it be anything, that means still more to go. That's all. So, disturbance is not a nature of a jnani. Disturbance is not a quality of a Jivan Mukta. Yaha harsha amarsha bhaya udvegaihi muktaha. He is Nitya Muktaha, because he is Atma. He is Atma. This Harsham, Amarsham, Bhayam, Udvegam, etc. These are the qualities of this Jada Vastu. These are the qualities of the mind. These are not the quality of Atma. One who realizes that I am Atma, I don't have all this. And Yaha Harsha Amarsha Bhayo Udvegaihi Muktaha, such a individual, such a jiva who is merged with Bhagavan, such a me priyaha, such a bhakta, he is dear to me. We'll discuss this a little more in our next class, which 15th verse. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tatsat. Brahmarpanamastu.
Namaste, sir. Thank you.